Hi, this is Lisa Loves to Crochet and Knit. Today I'm going to show you how to create this cute little googly-eyed pumpkin. And you can do them a couple of different ways. First, you're going to need to get some googly eyes off Amazon. Or you can, I think you can buy them in Walmart or Hobby Lobby, but I'm not sure. I also have found the larger ones at Five Below, but I'm not going to do a big one. I'm going to do a little one. And you're going to need some black yarn, some orange yarn, and some green yarn. And you're going to need a eye crochet hook, a tapestry needle, and a pair of scissors. Okay, so let's get started. I start with a magic loop, and I just chain one, and then I do 10 half double crochets around the magic loop and my googly eyes. So I'm going to continue with 10 of those in the magic loop. So let's keep going. Okay, so I have 10 of those. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And then I'm going to take my crochet hook and I'm going between the eyes with the yarn on the back behind, and I just pull a slip stitch. It has nothing to do with the magic ring or anything. You can still see that loop for there. And then I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to do 2 half double crochets between the eyes. And then I'm going to push them behind, and then I'm going to take my yarn again and go around the other eye with a slip stitch, and then I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning, and then I'm going to chain one, or it's going to chain two actually, and then I'm going to put 2 double crochets in each of the next 4 stitches. But the first stitch I'm going to do 1 double crochet because I'm going to count the chain 2 space as 2, or 1 with it. And then, so now I'm just going to continue with the 4 stitches with a double crochet. So I have 1, 2, 3, and I need to do 1 more pair of double crochets. And then I'm going to do half double crochets along the bottom, and you can see it's kind of, it jumps up a little bit to make it a flatter bottom. So I'm going to do just the regular pattern of 2 half double crochets, and I'm going to make sure that I only do a couple of those here. So in the next 2 stitches I'm going to do 2, and then you're going to start back with your 2 double crochets in the next 4 stitches. So it's 1, 2, 3, and there's my 4 double crochets. So there's 1, there's 2. This is my 3rd set of double crochets. And there's my 4. So I have 4 on each side to kind of make it go. Okay, so I've completed my 2 double crochets in the next 4 stitches, and there's this stitch right here. We're going to do 2 half double crochets right next to it. It'll be tight to get into. So I did 2 there, and I'm going to pull the yarn to the back, and I'm going to yarn over, keep my stitch tight here, and I'm going to pull that next stitch over here to the back, and it'll be tight. And then I'm going to do 2 half double crochets in that stitch. So there's 1. And there's 2. And then in the next stitch, I'm going to do 2 half double crochets from the back as well. You can see where I went into. I'm going to go into the next one, and that stitch is right there. You can see it. So I'm going to pull it from the back. So I'm going to pull my yarn tight to my stitch. You don't want any holes. And I'm going to grab that with my top of my hook because it makes it easier to go into. And I'm going to do 2 half double crochets in that stitch as well. It's harder to do the back ones behind. And then so I did that one. So there's 4 stitches behind here. And then I'm going to see this stitch right here in the front. I'm going to put 2 half double crochets in there. And it's going to be tight. So I'm going to tighten my hook, the yarn on my hook, and I'm going to grab from the front, and I'm going to tighten that and do 2 half double crochets. So, and then I'm going to slip stitch to the chain 2. And so my pumpkin is starting to look that oval kind of shape, and I'm going to chain 1. And I'm going to put 1 half double crochet in the next stitch. And then I'm going to put 2 half double crochets in the next. See if you can see it better. And then 1 half double crochet in the next stitch. 2 half double crochets in the next stitch. 1 half double crochet in the next. 2 in the next. I'm only working to the end of where the double crochets are underneath. So I'm just going to repeat that pattern until I reach the last one. And then there's 1 more, so I'm just going to put 1 more double crochet, or half double crochet rather. That's all I've been doing is half double crochets on the side of this stitch. And then so I'm to the half double crochets from the row below, and I am just going to slip stitch across all of those. Just put 1 slip stitch in each of those. And I have 1 more, and then I'm going to do a half double crochet in the next, and then I'm going to do 2 half double crochets in the next. So I'm going to repeat that pattern that I was working on over here. 1 half double crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 in the next, 1 in the next half double crochet, 2 in the next, and then we're just going to repeat that until the end. And now you're going to be able to work in all these back loops too. So I'm going to see you at the end of that row. Okay, so I've completed the pattern to the end, to the last row, and to the last stitch, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning. I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to cut my yarn, and then I'm going to knot it. And then you have the base of your little pumpkin. And then now I'm going to take some green, and I'm going to do a slip knot on my crochet hook. And then you can do it 2 different ways. You can do a little bit of a wider stem with the little vine, or you can do a narrower stem. And so we're going to do the narrow stem. I like that one better, but you can change it up however you like. So I'm just going to go in the top behind the eyes, and I'm going to single crochet that to the top, and I'm going to chain 2. And then I'm going to do a double crochet in that same stitch. And in the next stitch, I'm going to do 2 double crochet. And then in the next stitch, I'm going to do 1 double crochet and a chain 3. And then I'm going to slip stitch that to the beginning. Okay. And so that's a narrower little stem on the top of the pumpkin. And then this one I've done I chained 20 and I put 3 single crochets in each stitch, and that's what made it curl. And it's really thick and bulky. It's still cute, it's just not my favorite. And then this one, what I did here is I chained 10 and then I slip stitched 3 in each of those stitches, and it made it not as bulky. It made a little thinner vine. I'm going to do this one, so I'm going to chain 10, continue with what you got. I haven't done anything, so I'm just going to continue to chain 10 more. So this is going to be my little vine. So I've chained my 10, and now in the second chain from hook I'm going to slip stitch, and I'm going to do you have to chain 1 after, and then you got to go in that little hole, that hole again, and do another slip stitch, and you got to chain 1, and then you got to slip stitch, and that's what makes the part of the vine. And then the next one, I'm just going to slip stitch in the next one. I'm going to chain 1, put another slip stitch in that same space, chain 1, this is 2, this is another slip stitch, a chain 1, and then a third slip stitch. And you can see it starting to turn, and it's just a smaller little thing. And the holes will seem big, but if you look on this one, they blend right in. So it's not a big deal. So I'm going to continue with that pattern the rest of the way to the stem. Okay, so I've completed that little round of those little slip stitches into the vine, and I'm just going to slip stitch it to the beginning of the vine, and I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to cut my yarn and I'm going to knot it, and then I'm going to get some black yarn and do the mouth. Okay, so I've weaved in my ends, and I've just got the black on my tapestry needle, and I'm just going to do a zigzag mouth. And how I do that is I just start on one end where I think the zigzag should start, and then I'm just going to pull it from the front to the back, and I'm going to go over a little bit. Oops. I'm going to leave a little bit of the end, and then I'm going to come up from the other side to make a little V, and then I'm going to go from the bottom, and I'm going to meet the top right here. And so I'm just going to continue with my black yarn to do a little zigzag pattern for the mouth. And then I'm going to do one more, I think. So and then on the back of the yarn, I take it and I just simply give it a nice gentle pull, but not anything that's too tight. And then I'm just going to knot that. Just a simple knot. And I'm just going to cut my work. And there you have it. You have some googly-eyed pumpkins, however you choose to do it. There is many ways, I'm sure, but this is what I've liked for my pumpkin. So there you have it. Like and subscribe. If you have suggestions, please leave in the comment of what you'd like me to see to try to make. Thanks for watching.